Jeff Thidoff, there are so many headlines this week. Minor, maybe. I don't know. A lot of
The
good things.
headlines, those are sub-headlines. Go ahead.
Some headlines, but
Okay.
uh, I had to write them all down because a lot of things are happening this week with Pittsburgh. Hines
Okay.
Ward is a head coach in the XFL. Super cool.
Amazing. I know. He's
I
exciting
heard
too. San Antonio.
I heard a hilarious Benny Snell story today. Lamar Jackson's out this week. The Penguins smoked the Blue Jackets again. The Steelers are in the hunt officially.
Yes.
Like you see,
Yes.
so, and yet, oh well, the Pirates got the number one overall pick for the MLB draft.
Yes.
Right? I mean, they'll trade that guy away 6 years later, but
Adam,
nevertheless,
name me one number one pick in the last 5 years. Okay,
was
carry on. Go ahead.
with Italian who just signed with the Cubs. He was a number 2 pick, so close
Okay.
enough. But they traded his ass.
Not close enough. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just like they traded Josh Bell, who signed a deal with Cleveland,
Yeah.
it's ongoing. But whatever, they have a number one pick, and yet all of these things are happening this week. And my confidence over the last Steelers have won 3 out of 4. My confidence is waning, having watched this team.
It's waiting.
They've scored 2 weeks in a row. They have scored 16 points in the first half. Several drives stalled
Right.
into field goals, and then they get shut down
Okay.
for about a quarter and a half of the remaining portions of the game. They're not scoring touchdowns, man. Like they're not putting games away with the offense that gives them the lead. They're backing into wins the last couple weeks. And we talked about like you don't apologize for winning your games. They're road victories, which are always
Right.
necessary. There's lots of good things coming
Absolutely.
out of these, right? But they're not closing when they have the chance to. They're closing when their backs are against the wall, which is good. All these are all good things, but they're just not walking away with the victories, man. 16-3 at Indy, 16-6, 19-6 at Atlanta, which really wasn't at Atlanta. It was a home game.
Sure.
but
Yes.
but they didn't close, man. And
Adam,
it's bothering me. It's eating away at me, man.
see, you should
I
be
don't know.
optimistic right now. They're winning games that maybe they shouldn't win. The defense is playing better.
But
These
they
are all
should win
positive
those
things.
games.
Hey, God is a Steelers fan because Lamar Jackson got hurt right before the Ravens played the Steelers.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
I know you don't. No offense, but my God is a Steelers fan. Your Shaba, whatever, he's a Steelers fan. This is all good things.
I don't know if you had a chance to watch or listen to the Tuesday press conference from Tomlin. Tomlin
I
was
did not.
in elevated form. Man, he was just knocking out catchphrases out of the park. It was
Like
really
cliches.
entertaining. Oh, he
Yeah.
was sharp, man. He was super sharp. He
Picking up
said
dimes left and right.
he said the Ravens. He said it takes two to tango, and the Ravens are a great dance partner. It was really good stuff.
Okay.
So and I, he said the whole George Pickens non-incident incident. He was
Right.
like,
Yeah. Right.
he was like, we shut out all that noise. He's like, I laugh at that stuff. Like, give me a player who wants the ball. That's who I want to coach.
Exactly.
All that stuff.
Yes.
Um,
Give him the damn ball.
right. I love that. Like that Benny Snell hadn't had a carry all season long, and last week, 2 weeks ago, he scores the game-winning touchdown, and last week he throws in 24 yards on 6 carries, and they were hard yards. Fryermuth's becoming like the feature guy in the offense. I don't know why they use Pickens as a decoy. That bothered me, but it worked. Deontay got some more targets in there. Like, fine. Sims had a couple of good catches, whether they counted or not. Like they were, one was he stepped out of bounds, but other guys are getting involved. There were 7 or 8 different receivers in that game. A lot of good things.
Yes.
But the offense keeps stalling in that Bengals game, man. Like when they had 6 possessions in a row where they didn't hold the ball for more than 90 seconds. It's continuously happening in that second half, and they can't rely on the punting team to pin them inside the 5 every time, or Minka. By the way, Minka, Get in the end zone. You cost me 6 points.
That was a bit. I know. You know what? It was a very mature and stupid move by him because I was like, my God, who cares if
You
you
know
don't
what?
get in the end? Go for
It,
it.
it was selfish. That's what it was.
It was selfish. It's like Kyrie playing the Olympics. It is very selfish for him to do that. But Adam, after they were 1-3 to start the season, you and I, if I had said, hey, week 14 is gonna be a meaningful game for the playoffs potentially, or another, winning season for Tomlin, you would have said, sign me up.
Yes, and don't get me wrong. I'm still on that 8 and 9 floor. I'm still on that train.
8-9, nine
Uh,
and eight could happen. Yeah. Let me ask you this: what would you
and
rather have? 8-9 in the
listen,
playoffs, or 9-8 no playoffs?
8 and 9. They're not getting in at 8 and 9.
No,
First
no,
of all,
I know they're not. I know that. I'm asking you, what would you rather have? 8-9 playoffs, 9-8 no playoffs.
I mean, I'll take playoffs, but uh,
Even though it means
they'd
Tomlin's streak ends.
they'd ha- they'd have no. They'd have to be in the NFC South for that to happen.
That's true.
Um,
You're right. That's fair.
so but I'll take 9 and 8 without playoffs, or I'll take 8 and 9 without playoffs. Again, the development of the team is encouraging,
Yes.
and there's lots of things. But that's the one thing that's gonna trip them up, and it could happen with Baltimore because those games always go down to the wire.
Yeah.
Hundley instead of Lamar Jackson. The one thing that Tomlin really emphasized was that no matter who is under center in Baltimore over the last 4 or 5 years, they have
Yep.
a similar off guy can still run. RG3 a few years ago, like their
Sure.
backups fit the mold of that team, and this is no different. And Huntley's got experience now. Was it last year that he played? I believe.
Yeah. Last year.
Uh,
Last
you
year
know
he played
he
great
he
in
was.
Pittsburgh.
I mean, he hadn't been practicing with the first teams. He just thrown in there against a really good defense. Say what you will about Denver otherwise, but that defense is game, and he didn't fold. And I don't think this game's going to be that much different. You'd rather have Lamar, of course. It's still going to be the same run first philosophy, the same quarterback mobility, Mark Andrews, like all of those guys are still going to matter. Tucker, he's going to kill you if he gets it get it to the
Right.
40. None of that changes, but the confidence, you
No
knock out the starting
doubt.
quarterback, you're like, hey, look at that.
Right. It sets up
So
great for them to get to 6-7.
right. And so let's play the if game, right? Six and
Okay.
seven. Carolina's up next. You're looking at 7-7 with the creme de la creme home game after that, right? Christmas Eve,
Sure.
the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. They're retiring Franco's number. My tickets are on eBay. Go look for them right now. Uh, could be you. You could go see it.
Couldn't be me.
Well, could be someone
Yeah.
who
The
you
other year.
tell.
Yeah. But Adam, let me ask you this. I've talked to you all season about could they flex that game? It's not an NBC game. It's
No, it's
NFL
Saturday.
Network.
Yeah,
No,
they're
no,
not
no.
going to.
It's an NFL Network game though. So, but it's the night game. Could they flex it? They can't flex the Sunday game because it's Christmas Day and there's only 3 games that day.
They're not going to flex it. It's already the night game.
I'm just saying though, it's a night game on NFL Network, yes, but I wonder if they could. I wonder if the NFL schedule, if the NFL rules would let them flex it. Nonetheless, they probably won't. You're right. 50th anniversary. Big fan, Adam, not going, even though they're retiring Franco's number, all those things. But yes, those are winnable
Hey, it's
games coming
Hanukkah.
up for
Give
them.
me a break.
I'll look for
Yeah.
you at the
Uh,
synagogue.
yes, and then you got the Raiders and the
Yes,
Ravens again and the Browns.
right. And the
Um,
Browns in Pittsburgh.
it's not inconceivable. Like I don't think they're going to win 10. I still think they're going to lose that Raiders game. I think the Raiders are,
You
are
do.
catching fire.
The Raiders are playing great right now, but at Pittsburgh at night, Christmas Eve, the Franco retirement.
They have a losing home run since 1971, and the team is currently 2-3 at home, with games against Baltimore, Las Vegas, and Cleveland coming up.
Okay, so they have to win 2 of those 3.
Can they get to 4-4? I think
Uh,
Cleveland is a possibility.
sure,
I think Cleveland. You have to try. So listen, since I have them losing to the Raiders, it's got to be
right. I mean,
this
Cleveland,
Sunday
Baltimore.
and Cleveland.
I've been trying to picture ways that the Cleveland Pittsburgh game has playoff implications, and I can't come up with it. Because
But Pittsburgh has too many tie-breaking losses.
there's too many losses in the tiebreakers. What I'm worried about. Yeah, beating Las Vegas would help that though, because Las Vegas is currently ahead of them in tiebreakers. Beating Cleveland would help.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. This week probably does, but I still think they beat Vegas and Cleveland both, and I think they win this game with Baltimore. I
I
think
think
they
they
beat
win
the
both.
Ravens, the Raiders, and the Browns. You think they lose?
No, I think they beat Baltimore. I think
I think they
I
beat
think
Baltimore.
that I think 7-7 is a real possibility. And then they're not just in the hunt; they're like one game out.
Yeah,
Because I don't believe I listen. I think the Jets can be the sixth, whatever seventh team, the last team to qualify,
right.
but they're the least impressive of all the teams that are currently in.
Of all the
Um,
teams that are currently in, they're the only one with the quarterback controversy. You know what I mean?
I, technically, yes. I don't think it's really a controversy.
They're on their third starting quarterback this year, Adam. It's their third starting quarterback. I count that as a controversy. Their third starting quarterback,
Well,
not related to injury.
he's playing like, but he's playing like the best one though.
Watch what happens week when
I
he
know,
plays
but
at
he's playing
Buffalo.
like the best one.
They're playing at Buffalo. It's a second straight road game for the Jets, and the Bills are on a long layoff. I think the Bills will be just fine, and Mike White comes back crashing back down to earth.
I
I have no
then their best
confidence
bet
the
would be
Jets are
going to
gonna play.
Flacco after that.
Look, the Jets are not going to be in the playoffs this year. How
All
about
right,
that?
but who gets in? Because I think the Raiders then will slip the Chargers and the Jets.
I'm more worried about the Chargers than the Raiders.
That's where I go. I go Vegas.
I go Chargers, but we'll see. What are the keys for you
The
this week?
Chargers.
What do you
I
need to
mean,
see?
why not? You have to eliminate Mark Andrews. Um, I I don't. The Steelers have proven to be pretty good against the run. Again, they bend in that second half. I mean, we saw what Patterson
Right.
did.
Yeah.
The Falcons really dominated the line of scrimmage in that second half, which was worrisome. The defense started getting tired. The offense wasn't producing long, sustaining drives. That worries me because the Ravens can bleed the clock. They've got certainly enough weapons, and their ground game is solid.
Right.
I think if that gets going, then Mark Andrews gets going, and I think you gotta bottle them up inside. It, so that's I guess that's two worries, right? Defensively, they don't worry me. I think the Steelers can. They know them well enough where no, they're not going to put up 24, 30 points. I think I honestly like last week, I think 19 is the number. I think
Yeah.
23 gets it done for sure. I think
I
it
think so
can be
too.
done with 19 or 20.
I think they need a big game out of Jalen Warren. I think they have to get him involved in the offense and get him the ball in space. I think that's important because I don't know how much success Najee Harris can have running the ball against Baltimore. I think that Jalen Warren, as much as I like Najee Harris lately, what he's done has been better, more improved than what he looked like in the first part of the season. Jalen Warren's kind of an X factor for me. And as long as if they can get him involved, get him 10 to 12 touches where he has a chance to make a big play on offense, I think that's significant for them. Obviously, no turnovers out of Pickett is also paramount in this game.
4 games in a row without
Yeah,
an interception.
way to jinx it.
And
I
no
didn't say
sacks
it, but you
last
said
week.
it. Right.
Right.
Again, you're jinxing the shit out of this.
All right. Do you think they put not with this game in mind, but do you
Right.
think de facto not a de facto an accidental rope a dope occurred when Pickens only had 2 targets last week, and this week maybe he goes off?
Goes off. Yeah. I think so. Look, with Pickens, it is look, you're talking about rookie throwing to rookie. It is so inconsistent and maddeningly unpredictable. Because if you have a veteran receiver, rookie quarterback, that's fine. Veteran quarterback, rookie receiver, that's predictable. But rookie quarterback, rookie receiver is really tough to determine, which is why I think Fryermuth is obviously going to have a bigger game, I think, than Pickens will. But I think Pickett wants to throw to Pickens. I think Pickett wants to get Pickens involved. I'm saying
All
Pick too
right.
much, but I think he wants him involved.
Which happens first? A deep ball to Pickens on the first play of the game for the Steelers offense, or the first, second, and short?
I think first play of the game, I'm looking for play action pass deep to Pickens. That's what I'm looking for first game. Absolutely, I'm doing that. Yep.
That's sad because
I think
that's going to
that's
happen.
the right play. Do that.
Well, it's the right play, but it's a predictable one. And I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, I was 3 for 3 on pick and plays. On 3rd and 1, I said to Jonas, they should give this to Derek Watt right now. And then I saw Watt lined up in
Right.
like the slot, and they did like this like half end around to Watt, and he gets a first down.
Right.
Oh, I can't read my notes here. I called one play for Fryermuth on a 3rd down. He got the first down, and I can't tell what this other one says. But
Get Elaine to read the joke for you. She might be able to decipher that for you. I love the fact that they made sure Hayward got a touchdown in Atlanta.
that was pretty cool. That
was cool.
Pickett has this habit of like throwing these bullets in short, medium yard range, and they either go low to the turf or they're just a little off target.
Right.
And every once in a while, I'm like, where's the touch pass? That was a nice touch pass.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was impressive.
So it can be done. And I think this week can be done. And I think Carolina, maybe a trap game, but can be done.
I think so too.
And then we're looking at Christmas Eve, which, listen, if they lose this game, it's half expected because I said 8 and 9 was the floor.
Right.
So but if they get to 7 and 7, man, the black and gold glasses are going to be on full time the rest of the season, which this is all I've been saying. December football, make it relevant.
Meaningful football. Yes. Meaningful football in December.
God,
You going to the
right?
game Sunday?
I am going to the game Sunday.
Who are you going with? Got to get a phone call.
Yeah. No one.
You go
no
with
one
family member or
actually-
friend?
Huh?
Family member or friend?
Friend.
Huh. Better friend than me. That's good to know, Adam. But yes, I'll be rooting for the Steelers also from here.
I'll be the one waving the terrible towel. You can see me on.
You got the yellow towel. That'll be you.
Yeah.
I'll look for it on TV then. That's fine. Throw in seat
All right.
7.
Look for us again. Hopefully with a knee jerk reaction, man. I hope it's a good one. Ooh,
A positive knee jerk reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. Brother. Me too.
And I gotta tell my Benny Snell story at some point because I'm gonna hang on
tell
to
the story.
it. Teaser. It'll be a teaser.
You're not gonna tell the story.
So
You asshole. We'll talk about it next time.
keep him wanting more.
He is Adam Kahn, AJ Kahn 95. I'm Jeff Thidoff at Thit Happens. He's going to the game. If you see him out there, he'll be the guy with the terrible towel. Otherwise, we will talk to you next week. Adam, it was fun, brother. Take care. There we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.